Honorable Theodore Ssekikubo, what do you think will be the impact of what has happened in the delegates conference on the party's fortune as we go into these elections? Do you see any impact?
It requires to go back to what was the reasoning for calling the delegates conference. The reasoning, whether with the delegates or not, you remember in 2021 we didn't have a delegates conference. Sek sat because of the prevalence of COVID. But even now, in fact, if anything failed, Sek would still resolve, would still go ahead. So the question of having the candidate was not the issue. The issue was to reinvigorate the party, to call the party structures, to revive the party structures and organs. And the fortunes of the party, I'm afraid, this can't strengthen the party. You don't lose your marksmen. I was seeing the veterans, people, the pillars. By any standards, the Honorable Jim Mwezi, he's I don't know, even those who stand against him or who brought through him out, over what? He has not gone into excesses. Look at Mario Monsi and others. So we are as if we are on, we are writing on a new slate. Yet for the party, it must give continuity. But what we are seeing, it's as if it's a crime being an old guard now. It's a crime. And even then, before I take leave of the other matter, the question of whether Right Honorable Anita Among or Right Honorable Rebecca Kadaga, who of them was the best person to occupy that position, it shouldn't arise. A position for what? And yet, all of them, even now in the current circumstances, where the Right Honorable Kadaga Litwala is the second national vice chairperson female, she sits on SEC. And we learned that even the Speaker of Parliament, of course, which is problematic in a multi-party political dispensation, to have the Speaker to sit on SEC, it will require a lot of intuition for her to navigate that. Because being the Speaker, you're the Speaker of the National Parliament, with all shades of opinion and parties in Parliament. And now you are fighting to be seen to be number 3 in the party hierarchy. And yet, as a Speaker of Parliament, in fact, in some other dispensations, the Speaker ought to even resign the party position. But be it as it may, what has been, both of them have been sitting in SEC. That's a fact. What has been, and what I know, one of them, even where the Right Honorable Rebecca has lost, I'm sure the president, in his way, he never wants to end with it. In his way, he may propose her name. Right. He's likely to propose her name. So the other one, should we take it as a form of personal pride? And you cause the entire party to shake, to tremble because of personal ego, because it must be me, I must be the one, I am the one, I am me. For both of them.
All right. For
both of them, because ultimately, if it is a question of SEC, they all both sit at SEC. So was the president trying to divert the public attention and that of NRM delegates from the pressing issues to a competition between two members of SEC who have been, even before this election, have been members of SEC anyway?
All right.
Did we have opportunity to address the pressing policy issues of the party, direction issues of the party, and the country as the party in leadership? We missed that opportunity.
All right. It's an important issue, saying that you envisage the situation where you'll be handing over the party to the next generation. And I've had people from NRM who have come to this studio who are actually attesting to the fact that the party is in transition. A new leadership has emerged, people who are generally new, not been around for quite some time, and therefore you're handing over the political party. Why should that be an issue?
But in which style? In which auspices? In what ambit? If this is the way we do things, then we are sorry. First of all, the leadership at the beginning was well trusted. But even inside the party, Ken, I must tell you, the democratization level has narrowed even within the party. Because initially, you remember, all positions were open for competition. All positions. You remember Nabatanzi Lugude? You remember Lieutenant Maguru? You remember Vix King and others? Initially, they expressed their interest in competing for the chair. It was still available. And it was, they were never closed out. Because now you have Sek at Chope passing a resolution that there will be no competition for the flag bearer, the NRM flag bearer for 2021 and beyond is General Museveni.
Which was described then as a strategic decision.
Yes, they did that. But the point I'm trying to raise to you is that there has been gradual narrowing of the democratic space within the party. Leave alone that. Look at the first national vice chairperson. You remember Hakim Lukenge had also stood, but was talked to step down. But even then, I've told you, in 2006, I stood for the party's Secretary General. By then, the party Secretary General was open for competition. The Deputy Secretary General of the party was open for competition. The National Treasurer, the Secretariat, call it the Secretariat, and all those directors. Look at the Electoral Commission. All those, they were open to competition. Save for the Electoral Commission, that's where names could be brought. But at least they could bring names among which to choose. But now what we are remaining with, we are remaining with the skeletons, the bones. Because if you shield the Secretary General of the party from competitive election, the deputy and the entire secretariat, now you come to the political positions proper. You have the chairman out of bounds, the first national vice chairman out of bounds, but also for even these crumbs, the crumbs thrown at the delegates, you find this cutthroat competition riddled with bribery, riddled with intimidation, riddled with money. Most of those who opted out, raised money and intimidation. So it took the president reigning on the kind of confusion that was reigning at Kororo. But I want to ask, you mean the president is not aware that things are as bad as this? You think money can be distributed without the knowledge of the president? Even when he's seated there physically, what is he there to witness? What is he there to confirm? Has he cracked the whip? The answer is no. Have we seen the perpetrators of bribery, of intimidation, both in kind and in anticipation? Have we seen them being reined in, being disqualified? So that's why I go back to my first statement that yes, as we have the first meeting of the fourth session of the National Resistance Movement, I doubt how many years the chairman of the party will be presiding over that delegates conference. I want you to tell me if anybody out there knows. Because he has been lucky, and the country has been lucky, and the party lucky to have him for these past many years. But certainly he comes out as one of us. He's only human. So I doubt for how long will he be able to preside over that chaos, to preside over and call to order the kind of chaos you are seeing now.
All right.
So to me, it's only time that will tell. Let's wait and see.
All right. Now, Honorable